Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 3 of Fandom. Today, we're going to be talking about fandom friendships and how to make them, and how to, have a good friendship, and how to be safe, and all those good things.
Yeah,
Alrighty, so we're just gonna sort of chat about um, friendships that we've made and how we've made them, and all that sort of the stuff. We're not really scripted here, so we're just sort of gonna get into it.
yeah. That's hard.
Yeah. All right. So, um, for let's start out by saying how we met, the two of us. Do
Yeah.
you want to tell that story?
Yeah, sure. So basically, I've just read your, how can I call it, your information on your fanfiction.net account saying that you were looking for a co-writer. And I decided to try my luck, basically, because I already knew you as a fanfiction writer, and I just wrote you a private message, a PM, and that's when we started chatting, basically, and then that's it. Like,
Rest is history.
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, so yeah, it was a really cool thing for me to get a message from, because I had the message on my profile for a while that I was looking for somebody to write like a specific story with, and then when you messaged me, it was really exciting because I hadn't had much response, and I decided to take a chance. And we didn't write the story that I was specifically thinking about, but we did eventually. But the
Yeah,
first one we wrote was Chalked Up, which I think is actually probably our best story to
yeah.
date. It's one of my favorites. Um, yeah, and since then we've sort of, deepened the friendship. We've, follow each other on social media. We,
Yeah.
email. We instant message. We, pretty much in contact 24/7. So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Well, it depends.
Yeah, it depends, doesn't it? Um, so I know you have some other fandom friendships. Do you want to talk a little bit about how you met with those people?
Well, pretty much on Twitter. That's how I met most of them, basically all of them, except for you. They are all my Twitter friends, and I've met a bunch of them in real life too, and nothing. That's it. Sadly or likely, it depends on the point of view. None of them are in my country, so I travel basically to meet them, but that's the fun part.
Yeah, that's pretty exciting to get to
Yeah,
travel. Um,
yeah.
I have one other fandom friend
Mhm.
that I met. We were both posting fan fiction separately, and I was following hers and she was following mine, and we at some point messaged each other. I can't remember how it came about that we ended up messaging each other, but yeah, we it was a lot like your friendship with me, where we just sort of started emailing and instant messaging, and we wrote together. And yeah, so it's been probably close to 15 years that her and I have
Whoa.
been friends. So it's been a long running thing.
Yeah. Yes.
So why don't we talk a little bit about some of the best ways to go about approaching people and making friendships? So what would you say is like the best advice you could give someone who wanted to make fandom friends?
Uh, well, uh, well, in my opinion, like internet is a great chance to have more friends
Mm-hmm.
because the screen is like sort of protection of yourself. For example, me, I'm really shy and introvert, so it's not that easy to make friends out of the internet. So since you are kind of covered by the screen, the internet, the fact that you are like like me and you on the other side of the world, it's like a protection. But on the other hand, you don't really know who you are chatting with. Maybe it's
Mhm.
someone who say, "Oh, I'm a girl, I'm 15 years old and whatever," but actually it's a man, an old man or whatever. So just be careful to with what you share, what you say, the information you give, and that's the most important thing, I guess. And probably trust your instinct. Like you can, if you can feel it. For me, it's been like that. If I could feel that I could trust that person, it was easy. Otherwise, just stay away, and internet gives you the chance to block the other person, which is great. Think you can't do in real life. So use that chance if you don't vibe it.
Yeah,
And
absolutely. That's all really great advice.
yeah, I don't know what else. If you have more, you're more than welcome to share.
Yeah. I think one of the best pieces of advice that I have is that you should don't be afraid to take a chance because if somebody's on in your fandom circles you have got something in common already
Hmm.
and so if they're someone that seems approachable to you, go ahead and send them a message and because you never know what's going to happen. And like you said, there is that sort of layer of protection where, it doesn't hurt as much if you're rejected or ignored because, it's the internet
Yeah.
and it's not like a face-to-face rejection. So it's a little bit, feels a little safer
Hmm.
for, introverts like us. But yeah, don't be afraid to, shoot your shot and, chances are they're looking for friends too and they're willing to you know interact on some level and you never know what's going to come of it so
Yeah.
it could be like you and I were we're really really close and we're planning to meet and all this wonderful stuff that has come from you taking a chance and messaging
Hmm.
me.
Yeah. Precisely. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. I totally agree.
yeah. And yeah, not everybody is going to be receptive, of course. I have messaged people and not gotten a response, but, um, you know, it's important that you don't take that personally because, maybe it is just that they don't vibe with your energy or, they're
Hmm.
really busy or, sometimes sites, especially Tumblr, eats messages and, maybe they didn't get your message. So, and you have to remember that everybody, well, not everybody, but a lot of people on the internet have limited spoons, so to speak. If you're not familiar with that term, it's a metaphor for limited energy, usually referring to people who have chronic illnesses.
Hmm.
But yeah,
Yeah.
not everybody has the quote unquote spoons to um, respond to messages right away or at all. So just remember that it might not be a personal rejection, just they don't have the ability to accommodate anything right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so um what are your so let's talk a little bit about different sites that you can meet people on. So
Hmm.
you mentioned that you make a lot of your friends on Twitter.
Yes.
um I don't use Twitter that much, so do you have any advice for people who are on Twitter and looking to make friends?
Well, I don't know. Like when I started on Twitter, it was like a small circle. Like Criminal Minds was not that new, but I joined Twitter when Criminal Minds was on its sixth season, if I'm not mistaken. So it wasn't like a large group like now. Now it's like a huge difference of age. The Criminal Minds fandom on Twitter, so you can meet like someone who's like 11, like someone who's 55 or something. But well, I started interacting with few girls who were shipping my same ship, and they were the first person I met on Twitter. And that's it. Just start maybe with someone you have like a lot of things in common, like for example me with the same shape, the same show and whatever. And I don't know, if you find yourself really well with them, or you can start deepen your conversation like about personal stuff. And at the beginning, I'd say using hashtag a lot, like hashtag your favorite show if you want to meet someone in your fandom. Maybe you have more chance to start interacting, and nothing. If something will start from there, it's just flow, just go with the flow and nothing.
Awesome.
Just let it happen,
Yeah,
and that's it.
excellent. I like that. It's good advice. Um, for me, usually the people that I connect with in the past have been through fanfiction.net. Um, of course, that was in, you know, almost 2 decades ago when I was connecting with people on there. So it's a very different site now. So like you said with Twitter, it's a different audience now. Um, it's gotten bigger, of course, but I also find that there's less interaction on there.
Hmm.
So I don't know, if how easy it is to make friends on there anymore. But back in the day, I was connecting with um, people that were, like you said, writing the same ship that I was, people whose writing I was really connecting with, and I liked their style. And usually, for me, it was wanting to write with these people. So I, asked them if they'd be willing to write something together, or sometimes they'd connect with me looking for a beta reader. And it was just like a natural connection with people because once you sort of interact with
Hmm.
them on a creative level, it's really easy to form a natural bond with someone.
Yep.
Yeah. And do you
Yeah.
have any other um, advice about making friends on fanfiction.net?
Mm, I don't know, because I don't really use like I don't that use that much. Like I don't like leave a review or something. So I don't
Mm.
know why I got into your bio on fanfiction.net.
Oh,
It's just happened, like I don't know, it was destiny or something.
yeah, it was
So
destiny.
yeah, and that's my only advice, my only
Okay. Yeah.
stroke of luck. I don't
Yeah,
know
I
how to
guess
say.
so. Another really good place is Tumblr.
Yeah.
Um, the Tumblr audience, of course, is changing as well. We're seeing an influx of people as, Twitter sort of crashes and burns. There's a lot of people coming into the site now. So it is changing like everything else. Um, and I haven't really made a lot of close interactions with people on Tumblr. Um, but yeah, I think the best way to do it is to um, look for content using hashtags or things like that, and scrolling through the page, and if you see that they're posting a lot of content that you resonate with, then definitely follow them. And if you feel compelled to message them, you can do that. But Tumblr offers a lot of different messaging ways to interact with people. um, yeah. I
I
don't really
guess
have a lot of
uh,
advice for Tumblr. How about you?
I was saying that I guess another good chance is the ask and question post, like ask me. I don't know, there is a series of question, like leave
Oh,
this
yes.
number if you want to know. I don't know if there, I know there is a question and answer. I don't know how to call it, and maybe that's a good way to start, like an approaches is said as a word.
Yeah,
Like, okay, if you start connected with someone, like I I leave the door open, so if you want to enter, and that could be a great way to start something. Like
yeah, that's
if
definitely a great way to do it. People on Tumblr are usually eager for asks, especially if they're reblogging one of those ask me anything kind of
yeah,
memes, I guess you might call it. Yeah, so definitely take that opportunity to ask them things you're curious about, and it's a great way to start a conversation with finding things you have in common.
yeah,
Um, so those are sort of the main ones that I find are the best places to make friends. Like you could definitely meet people on AO3, but you don't really have the option of messaging them. So it's
hmm
sort of like you got to do it through reviews, I think. I've made fandom friends on Facebook actually through years and years ago through role playing.
hmm
Um, but I don't really do that anymore. It's sort of fallen out of vogue, I think, on there. Um, I know that there's fandom discords. I'm personally not a member of any, but um, that's definitely something we can explore at some point.
yeah,
Yeah. So now, how about we talk a little bit about you hit on it a little bit earlier, but how to be safe when you're making these connections with people.
yeah. Well, the
So
problem in
yeah, go ahead.
my opinion, sorry, I interrupt you.
No, go ahead.
Okay, no, I was saying that a big problem with I don't know, probably it's because I'm more into TV shows, but maybe it could be the same for music, movies, and whatever. Is the big amount of fake accounts? Like
Hmm.
I don't know, like for example on Twitter, I have uh, request like follow request by a fake account of Shimar Moore, like
Hmm.
a lot, and obviously it's not him, and maybe it's just someone who tries to be him to, I don't know, maybe steal your money, like give me money if you want, I don't know, my autograph or whatever, or maybe I don't know, like something more dangerous, like if I'm gonna be in your country, if we can meet or whatever. I don't know. Maybe I watch too much Criminal Minds, and I, I see potential in serial killer potential in everyone, but. Okay, so no. In conclusion, seriously, talking seriously, just be careful with your who you are talking to, and take fake account like as fake account when it's clear that it's fake. Just don't
Yeah.
uh, fantasize or something over it.
Yeah, yeah, it's there definitely is a problem with people who have fake accounts, um, and so it's sort of a matter of using your best judgment and thinking about things logically. Like Shamar Moore, as far as I know, he does have a real Twitter account.
Yeah, but
Um,
he doesn't use it,
yeah, he
so
doesn't use it. But yeah, if you see, you can sort of tell based on the way they talk and what they're posting, whether it's real or not. So, you have to use your best judgment. Um, but it's harder when someone's not impersonating a celebrity, but they still have a fake account. You have to sort of move slowly. Is one of
yeah.
my best pieces of advice. Is you and I are very close, and we've shared a lot of information with each other, but we didn't start out that way. At
hmm
first it was just messaging through the fanfiction.net platform, which is pretty safe. And eventually we gave each other email addresses, and
yeah,
you know it's all a matter of trusting your instincts, um, and really being wary what information you're giving out.
yeah. Don't rush up. Maybe
Yeah,
stuff like
yeah,
I don't know. I don't know how to say it. Maybe someone who wants to meet someone, like I don't know. This is something I've heard people in the real life saying like, oh, I knew this person from I don't know, Los Angeles, New York, or that particular city where they want to be, and they were trying to meet someone from there. So don't rush up this kind of stuff. Like if it has to happen, it will happen, and
Hmm.
that's it. I don't know if it makes any sense or whatever.
If I understanding what you're saying correctly, it's sort of like when someone love bombs you in real life, like you're just dating somebody, and on the second date they're saying, "Oh, I love you, let's be together forever." So it's sort of like they're moving too quickly,
Yeah,
um, and if it was meant to be, if they're really your friend, if they're a real person, they'll still want to meet you a year from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now. You don't need to immediately meet them, or the friendship is over, kind of thing.
yeah, 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 yeah,
Yeah.
precisely.
um and I think one of the a really important element is um being wary if people ask you to send money.
Yeah.
You see this a lot in like dating scams, catfishing, where somebody will, ask, "Oh, I need, $1,000 to get a passport to get out of the country," or something like that. So, my personal advice is never ever send money. Like, I love you to death, but if you needed money, I probably would be really suspicious. No
Yeah.
offense or anything, but I think that you need to be really careful about money.
Yes, precisely. Yeah, I
Yeah,
agree. Like,
it's easy to get scammed out of a lot of money. Like, I was almost the victim of a nanny scam, which has nothing to do with fandom, but you have to sort of really be suspicious the moment money comes into question.
yeah, 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 totally agree.
And yeah, I think another thing is important. We've talked a little bit about it, but be careful what information you're sharing. Like,
Yeah.
I see pictures of people, sharing their credit card, or sharing pictures of their passport online, and that's a really easy way to get your identity stolen.
Hmm.
So, and even just something as simple as sharing your address. Like, you and I have shared our addresses with each other, but again, that's something we didn't rush into. Um,
Yes.
because again, that's an easy way to get your identity stolen. So um, you know make sure that you really trust this person, make sure that you know this person. um, I think a good way to tell, to verify someone's quote unquote realness is to Skype them or Zoom them or whatever, and that way
Mhm.
you sort of you have a more of an idea that they're a real person who is who they say they are.
Yeah, yeah. Also, I guess I don't know if it's possible. I was just thinking about the Netflix TV show You, where
Yeah,
there was like this girl taking a picture of their house, their apartment, like the external part, and people can Google it, see where you are, and whatever. Also, tags of places can be dangerous, in my opinion.
yeah, yeah,
And
geotagging is definitely a risk.
yeah, and so except for that, I guess. I mean, I'm not talking about, I don't know, you are in an important city, I don't know, London, New York, or whatever, and you're tagging yourself because it's a big city, but tag yourself in a restricted area around maybe your house or your hometown. It's that may be like risky. Maybe
Yeah, yeah,
talking like I live in a smallish town, so it's not that hard to find someone, and that can be a risk.
absolutely. So, is there anything that we haven't touched on that you think we should talk about?
I don't think so. Maybe, well, private messages, like, but we already said like private messages from a fake account or
Yeah,
not a real person, like asking you random stuff to get into maybe money or some way to scam you or whatever, but it's just something we already said.
yeah,
Nothing more to add, I guess.
perfect. So, how about we get into our little game?
Okay,
Okay.
which became our tradition now.
Yeah, it's become our tradition. Let's see if you kick my butt again.
No, I
So,
don't think so.
on today's version of How Many Have You Done, we're talking fandom friendship challenges, I guess.
Yeah,
So, the first question is, have you made a fandom friend?
yes,
Yes. You've probably
of
made
course.
more than I have, I think.
Yeah, probably.
Hey,
I'm an only girl. I'm,
mood.
yay. Okay, so question number two.
Number two, have you had a friendship last longer than 5 years?
Yes,
Okay, excellent. Have you had one that's lasted longer than 10 years?
I do.
Excellent. Look
Yeah.
at you go. Number,
What about you?
yeah, I've had one that's lasted almost 15 years, so
So
I'm
yeah,
getting up there.
yeah.
Okay, number three, have you followed all of your friends' socials?
Yes, I guess pretty much. I
Yeah.
mean, uh, I'm thinking about signing up on Facebook again, so probably that's another point I will reach in the future. So
Yeah.
yeah, but so far, yes. I mean,
Okay,
the closest one.
excellent. Have you written fan fiction for a friend?
No, I don't
Yes, you
think
have.
so. I tried, but I
You've
didn't.
written some for me. I mean, I helped, but you have.
Oh, okay. Yay. So, point. Okay, great.
Yay! Number five, have you sent mail to your friend?
Oh, to you. So,
Yeah,
yes.
yay! There you go. Number six, have you met a friend in person?
Yes. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Lucky you.
You know?
I
You
haven't.
didn't?
I have
No.
not.
Okay. Okay.
Number seven, have you baited a friend's work?
Nope.
Yes, you have.
Never.
You bait mine all the time.
Yeah, but I wouldn't call it better. But okay, if you say it
I
counts.
say it counts.
Okay, so, okay. One more
Number
point. Yay.
number eight, have you started a project together?
Let me think on this.
I know it's difficult.
Probably. I don't know.
Maybe a little.
Yeah. Okay.
Number nine, have you convinced your friend to watch a new show?
Convinced? No. I've been convinced too, but no, I don't think so.
Okay. Well, I think I've convinced you to watch a couple things.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, yeah.
everything. Everything I watch, I'm like, you should watch too.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Number 10, have you convinced your friend to ship something?
Again, convinced? No, not yet, unless. But I've been convinced by someone. I don't
Someone who
remember
shall
who.
remain not named?
I don't know. I don't really remember. It's a lie. I feel like Brick from um, what's it? The Middle, like lying.
Yeah.
So no, I didn't.
Okay. Bonus question one. Have you had more fandom friends than real life friends?
Yes. Oops.
Oh, yeah, it's sad but true.
You too.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I have like no real life friends.
Okay. What does it mean? Who
Yeah, let's
knows?
not explore that. Let's let that we don't have time to unpack all that.
Yeah.
And bonus number two. Have you had to explain to someone that fandom friends are real friends?
Yes.
Oh
Yes, yes. Definitely, yes.
yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So how many points did you get?
So, are bonus questions like 1 point or 2 points?
2 points.
Since two?
2 points each.
Okay, so 12.
Okay, how many did I get? 13.
Whoa!
You, I win this round.
Oh, so that's in total it's a tie, basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
Dang it. I have to do better in the
Yeah,
next one.
come on, you gotta kick my butt some more.
Oh, but well, I'm glad to lose with you, so not a problem.
Oh, I feel so special.
Yeah, yeah.
Alrighty. So, anything else we want to say?
Um, I don't think so. Maybe
Alrighty.
just take a chance to meet someone online, like start chatting online and maybe meet them in real life.
Yeah, take a chance, take a chance,
And
take a chance.
yeah, because it's a great thing, really.
It is.
Like,
Fandom friendships are the best.
yeah, totally agree. Well, it depends on the person, to be honest,
It does. It
because,
depends, but
but yeah.
you're
Mm,
okay.
yeah, I'm okay as a friend.
You're all right.
Okay, thank you. Well, you too. So I mean,
Oh,
I
there
have
you
nothing to
go. Highest praise.
nothing to complain about you. So
Not yet, anyway.
yeah. Well, we will talk again about that when we will meet in real life. So that will be
We'll see.
interesting.
Alrighty. So this has been episode number 3 of Fandom.
Yes.
Thank you everybody for tuning in, and we hope to see you on our next episode.
Okay.
Bye
Bye.
bye.